welcome to another episode of The Vault.
Woohoo!
Where me and Steve sit at the round table and we talk about the most important thing in life, comic books.
Woohoo!
Alright, so this week is Agree to Disagree.
Yes,
You're a big fan of 70s comics.
I'm a huge fan of 1970s comics, especially Marvel.
And your favorites are...
I loved the Marvel Spotlight, Marvel Premiere. I loved the horror, like Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night. I loved anything with Marvel in those 70s because the House of Ideas was in. I mean, you never had a whole boatload of number ones like you have today. What you had is tryout series like Marvel Premiere, Marvel Spotlight, and it just seemed to be much more creative era of comic books than today.
Alright, some of this I agree with. I did have all the Marvel Spotlights growing up, except for a couple of the early ones. They were hit or miss. Some were good, some were meh.
Yeah, I agree.
Same with Marvel Premiere. I had most of those. Huh? Some were really good, some were meh. Got to say, was never a big fan of the horror.
No? You didn't like Dracula?
Didn't like Tomb of Dracula. Didn't like Werewolf by Night. The only Werewolf by Nights I wanted were the Moon Knight issues, because I like Moon Knight.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I loved all that. I loved Tomb of Dracula. They had The Monster of Frankenstein was another one that was really good. Supernatural thrillers with the living mummy. I mean, you couldn't beat that.
Well, I was, I don't know, 8 or 9. My uncle gave me about 500 comics. Right?
Okay.
And he moved away to Ottawa. And it was like Thor. And Conan's. And there was a few Tomb of Draculas. There was a bunch of Howard the Ducks.
Oh, the Howard Duck
There
excellent.
was a bunch of Man Things. I gotta say, I got a big fan of Howard Duck.
Really?
No, and I thought all the characters he fought were like stupid. I love the cover number 1, don't get me wrong.
No, cover number 1 is iconic.
I'm taking on like turnip head people and cookie bread people and Dr. Bong. And
But don't you think it was a bit of a satire rather than a real...
I get where he gets Dr. Bong from, for sure. I'm sure Steve Gerber and the boys are tooting away back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And Man Thing, actually I like more, even though he didn't say anything. But there was a couple of okay stories in that.
Well, you had that classic two-parter with the clown killing himself.
Yeah.
That was iconic stuff, folks. I mean, Steve Gerber was a great writer.
No, he was out there.
He was a really good writer. And then what happens? He makes Destroyer Duck and fights for Marvel.
I did like Destroyer Duck, actually.
Destroyer Duck, yes.
That was the first appearance of Groove, too.
Really?
Back up, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Must be worth a couple of dollars, is it?
Yeah, you think? But Groove sort of fell out the radar.
Sergio and Aragonese. How do you pronounce that name?
Aragonese?
Aragonese?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen him in a convention.
Yeah, he always did a little panel, with the side panels in the Mad magazines and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
he was good with that.
And,
Which is ending, isn't it?
yeah, and the last issue comes out in a couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
And the end of another era, folks.
Yeah, it's a dark day for comics. That's one of my favorite comics, to be honest with you.
And of course, that started as a real comic book under EC.
Yeah, my dad said he had the first issue when I was a kid.
Really?
I was like, why do you still have it now?
Yeah, it'd be worth a few dollars there. And it was what, 24 issues? Was it 12 or 24 issues it became comic book and then before it became a magazine?
24 or 25.
Yeah, it's 24, I thought.
And then to get past the code, they
Yeah, to make
made
it magazine size.
and they lost all their other comics, of course.
Well, they had psychoanalysis. He had a romance comic, pirate comic. Well, EC died after they lost Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror and Shock Suspense stories and all the things that the Comics Code wouldn't allow.
Actually, a funny story. Remember back at the old shop?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone remembers Ann Budgell from CBC, maybe.
Yeah.
She came in, I guess she got divorced, right? She had a box of ads, right? And her ex-husbands, right? And I was busy, I think it was order day or something, so I just flipped through. They're all beat up, right? And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll give you $20 or $25 or something, right? And she was like, oh, I was looking for a case of beer anyway. And went on, right? A couple days later, I actually looked through it. Near the bottom of the box, like I didn't try to rip her off. It just worked out that way. She had like mint copies of Mad 30, 31, 33. There were 7 of them. Like,
Yeah.
You know, really old issues, right? 30 was the oldest one. And that's the first issue of Alfred E. Newman on the cover. And some woman came in from Britain, I don't know, a couple weeks later, and saw him. She ended up spending $500, which to me was just like flipping over for 10 minutes. I got $500 in my pocket. Shut her down! Day off! Or go home! The most money I made in like 10 minutes of my life. Back in the day, right? And yeah, kind of wish I kept that number 30 though.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never see that again in that shape, right? But back at the old shop, you had to do what you had to do, right?
Well, you were struggling to survive back then.
Big difference. $500 is like $50,000 now, right? Yeah.
Well, when you start off, you have almost nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and then you gradually grow a customer base.
Yeah.
And now you're at it almost 22 years, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of nothing, guy was in today.
Okay.
Right? Got some Archie Dodges.
All right.
What do I do with these Archie Dodges, right? I was like, well, how many you got? Right? He says, 1,300. Come on, that's a lot of Archie Dodges. Right?
Wow.
So I told him, well, you know, we sell them like $1 each, right? And he said, are they in good shape? He said, oh, yeah. So he's coming down tomorrow, 6 big banker boxes.
Of Archie.
Archie Dodges. So I give him $250.
You know, if you can get me that Fernando Reese cover that I want,
You can look through all of them.
I'll look through all of them because I'm going to Fan Expo. Everybody knows me. I go every year to Toronto Fan Expo.
Yeah.
And Fernando Reese is there with Dan Perrant. And there's an iconic Betty and Veronica Digest cover. And he sells the large print of it. And I bought 4 of those and gave away.
Yeah.
But I always wanted the actual cover. And so I'll be there. Tomorrow you bringing them down?
Yeah, you might want to hold off till I send you a message.
Oh, you send me a message.
Hang around like a ghost.
I got nothing better to do. So, yeah, I got nothing better to do, folks.
Yeah, wait till the deal goes through.
All right. But I'll be there. I want that digest.
Yeah, I hope you rushing to go through them, believe me.
I will.
But yeah, I was saying, well, a little less than a quarter each, I suppose.
But it's really interesting how over the years, you know, like 22 years, you must have so many stories of making deals with people and going back and forth. I mean,
Oh yeah.
so how did it start from your very first deal to, like you just told us about the deal today? But I mean, you must have had. Was there any memorable stories of?
Well, my
making a
first
really good
deal would have. If I didn't make this deal, I don't think there'd be a store. Right?
Okay.
It was back when I was still in the flea market. Right? A guy approached me about selling his comics, and he wanted, I don't know, about $5,000 or something. Right? I was at this point, I was pretty much determined I was going to open a store. Right? I didn't like accounting, and so me and Dad went to the bank. The bank looked at me, 27 years old, with no money in the savings account, no money at all, no assets, all right? And go, ha ha, comic book store.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a good investment for the
They looked at
bank.
my dad and said, yeah, okay, you got a house, we will co-sign a loan for your son. What do you want, $20,000? We'll give you 15, take it or leave it, all right?
Yeah.
So we took it. That was $5,000 to set up that store. All right. Kept $5,000 in the bank because you know you're gonna need money. Right?
Rain day coming.
And I bought a collection of comics for $5,000.
All right.
And so we go to Buddy's house. He had 28 long boxes. He had 5 Mylar boxes. I'd never seen a Mylar box before in my life. They're gray, right?
All right.
And what he had was he had all his best comics. They're all in Mylar bags with Mylar boards and Mylar boxes. Apparently, like atomic bomb wouldn't even like destroy these comics, right? It was long before CGC ever existed.
You
too,
could have put them
right?
in a fridge though, and that would have saved it too.
And he had Giant Size X-Men #1, and then like 94 up to when he stopped collecting, right?
Okay.
Plus some older X-Men's. It was the first time I've ever seen the first appearance of Thanos, and it's the only time I've ever seen the first appearance of Thanos. I wish I could go back in time 22 years and just remember everything, you know what I mean? You had every single Alan Moore comic, right? And probably had Dark Knight Returns, like, just so much stuff. A lot of good stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know. If I never had that comic collection, I don't think I ever would have existed, right? Because when I first opened, I had no customers, right? So I was on eBay selling. You had good stuff to sell,
Yeah, lucky
keep
enough.
afloat, basically, right? And plus, people were coming in looking to back issues. It was a really nice collection, right? And I said to him, I was like, okay, you're pretty, hot and heavy into collecting comics. From what I can tell, you gave up about a year ago. Like, why? Like, why did you lose your love for comics? Because, I mean, comic collector's like a unicorn, right? A diehard collector is rare, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
And
I've
usually
been
they
at it
collect for
40
life.
years,
I mean,
yeah.
I've always collected. I just love comics, right?
Yeah.
And he said he had a reserve box at this comic store, which we won't name names. Right?
No.
And I guess he said he had ordered in this book. It was like a $20 book. But he came in and he was looking through, and there's a box there. It was like, wasn't what he expected, and he didn't want to buy it, right? Which, all right, fair enough. That's not cool, right?
No.
You
make a commitment.
you asked for the comic, should buy it even if you don't like it. Right?
Yeah, you made a commitment to that.
But then on the other end, here's a guy who was spending $50 to $100 a week. This is back in the 90s. Like, $50, $100 is a lot more than it is now, right?
Oh, God, yeah. I just spent $60 at your store today.
And he said the owner took the book, tore it in half, which I don't even know how he did that because, trade is like fairly thick.
Yeah.
It was like trying to rip, not a phone book, but I could never tear one in half. I'd never do it anyways. I love comics, right? And he threw it right in Buddy's face.
Holy cow.
And so he gave up comics for life then, right? And if that had never happened, I never would have got that comic book collection. And I don't think I ever would have existed without that comic collection.
So
It was that valuable to the shop, right?
It's like the butterfly effect, isn't it? Like that one incident,
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with you.
No, not at all.
Boom, and now 22 years later,
Yeah.
you're a comic book mogul.
Yeah, we're up there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, you are, I would say, the best comic book store in the province, for
actually.
sure.
Not much outside of
Well,
the circle here.
I've been literally, as you know, not only around the world,
Yeah.
but also all over Canada. And there's very few comic book stores that could compete with yours.
But if you're not going to be the best at what you're doing, what's the point, right?
Exactly. Well, that's the way I feel.
That's what
about
Wolverine
everything.
says. The best of what he does, and what he does is not nice.
It's not nice, but I mean, at least he's damn good at what he does.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be second best.
No, right? Plus, I mean, I can't get enough comics, right? What's the best? What's better than have one comic? Two comics. I don't care if it's the same one.
It's the same thing too. Because we could talk all day about just the act of reading, because people are so not into literal text anymore. I mean, the whole little text, and you can see them on the phone. Running over. We saw a guy just there a minute ago. He couldn't even cross the street like this. But in terms of what you're providing, the comic books, I mean, there's a lot of text in comic books, especially the older ones, I mean, EC and all the rest, that is coming out of style. And if you can get people to read, even
I do think parents come in with comics for their kids.
Yeah.
To get them interested in trying to read. Yeah.
It's a gateway drug to reading.
Yeah, well, it works. Like, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Like, sometimes a book just goes on and on and on for something that a comic can do, bam, like that.
Yeah.
One panel, boom, here you go, right? So, I mean, books got their ways and comics got their ways. But, I mean, they're all good. Reading's good. It's good to know how to read. Right?
It's great to know how to read.
Yeah.
And comic books is the best medium for me. I mean, I've lived it all my life.
And that big sign is there, and you're driving your car, and it's nice to know it says stop.
Yeah.
Because it could save your life. Right?
And also too, Halloween now they have I buy the collections off you, the Archies.
Yeah.
And I give them out every year. You come on knocking on my door, you get candy, you get a bag of chips, of course, but also you get the Archie comic book.
Yeah, you gotta let me know what you want for those, because I haven't ordered any, and the deadline is like this week.
Oh, okay, well I know exactly what I want. I can tell you. I'll tell you off camera.
We'll do that
folks.
off camera.
Well, guys, I think that's it for a beautiful show again.
And we'll talk about some of the other collections I've scored over the years at another time.
Oh yeah. So
All right.
thank you very much, guys.
All right, and see you at the vault.
Bye bye.